Samson's story is recorded beginning in the book of Judges, chapter 13. And his story begins before he's even born, when an angel appears to his mother. His mother couldn't have kids. And the angel said to her, "Listen, you are barren, but you are going to give birth to a son. He's going to be dedicated to God from birth." Samson was born, and the Bible adds that he grew, he became strong, and the Spirit of God moved in him. Fast forward over 1,000 years later, and we see something very similar happening, recorded for us in Luke's gospel. An angel named Gabriel appears to a young woman named Mary. And even though she's a virgin, he tells her that she is going to give birth to a son, and that he is going to be the Son of the Most High, the Son of God. Jesus is born, and Luke tells us that he grew, he became strong, he grew in wisdom, and God's favor was on him. And in the same way that the Spirit of God descended upon Samson and empowered him, we see the Spirit of God descending upon Jesus in the form of a dove when he was baptized by John the Baptist. Now, when you think of Samson, you think of his incredible feats of strength as he sought vengeance on his enemies, the Philistines. When you think of Jesus, you think of his powerful miracles. Samson's first feat of strength took place as he was going to his wedding, and a lion attacked him and he ripped it apart with his bare hands. Jesus' first miracle also took place at a wedding when he changed water into wine. Samson's story continues as he performs various feats of strength as he attacks the Philistines, and then we meet his girlfriend Delilah. Delilah would eventually betray Samson for silver, and he's captured by his enemies. They gouge out his eyes, they mock him, they humiliate him, and they put him on display in the temple of their god. And while he's in that temple, he prays to God one final time. He says, "Lord, give me my strength back so I can get revenge for what these Philistines did to my two eyes." God grants Samson's request. And Samson stretches out his arms, places his hands on the pillars of the temple, and pushes with all of his might. The temple comes crashing down and kills the Philistine leaders, freeing God's people from their oppression. Through Samson's death, God had saved his people. We see something so similar in Jesus, don't we? Jesus was betrayed by somebody who was close to him for silver. Jesus was mocked and humiliated. He was put on display on the cross. Like Samson, he uttered a final prayer, but he didn't pray for vengeance. He prayed for forgiveness. He asked his Father to forgive his enemies. And like Samson, he stretched out his arms at the end. But rather than destroying his enemies, he gave up his life as a sacrifice for us to save us from our sins. And through his death, God saved his people. We see a lot of similarities between Samson and Jesus. All kinds of neat little Easter eggs. But the character of Samson and Jesus could not be more different. Samson was selfish, he was a narcissist, he was a womanizer. Jesus wasn't any of those things. We live in a world where we're seeking Samsons. We're looking for rulers and kings and leaders and presidents who can perform feats of strength, who can get vengeance on our enemies. But what we really need is a leader like Jesus Christ. Somebody who can save us from our sins. Somebody who forgave us, who loved us, and who served us, so that we can love, forgive, and serve one another. I hope you found this video edifying. If you did, please subscribe, like, and share. God bless.